Yay, it works. It's always nice when it works. Why does it work like that? That's funny. What are you guys doing up here? Sorry, I can't get up there. You guys must have been sleeping all night. I think I'm gonna load a funny emote. That tennis one is so cool. But let's do. I hate finding the legendaries. It's so hard to find them. Oh, there. Let's see. Oh, no. It was there. I was at it. I just didn't get it. Okay. Okay. So this. No. Come back. No. Okay. Okay. There. Welcome. Welcome. Okay. So anybody that comes in, this is what they're gonna see. What's creepier, like having a high view or just like a low view? I think having my hat off is better. It's a That's such a cool hat though. Let's not be scary with the horns. Let's just be like, oh God, this is bad. Somebody's gonna be like, where did you get abducted? Yes, I did. All right, there. All right, I'm just gonna stay here and be sad for a few moments. I'm not sad. I'm just happy. Hmm. You know what? I should be further down here to get the perspective just right. There we go. I gotta work the moment, you know. Okay. No, not that way. That way. There. I don't know why I'm so silly. Okay, I should get out of um my little sad place here. But look at that perspective. Look at that. That is just beautiful. I just have to like soak it in. I wish the pink wasn't at the end of the hall. And I wish it was darker, and I have to find a way to make it darker. I wish we could slow. Oh, actually, wait, what? How did I slow the camera down? I can't even tell what key my finger's on because my keyboard numbers and letters are worn off. Maybe because it's like so far on the ground. Camera angle. Okay. No words. No words, just sadness. Okay, I'll stop being weird and I'll jump over to Cantina. Sorry for the weirdness, you guys. Uh, I just like being silly. Well, let's see. I am in the wrong chat. Better. Oh no, I can hear myself. Hold on. I do not want to hear myself. That is the scary part. Like, if I'm gonna make a scary scene, it's gonna be listening to me talk about Decentraland and being really passionate about it. Like, that would be horrible. Okay. Hello, hello. I hope you liked my little theatrics over there. Oh, we got some new friends. Hello, Rowan. I love your name, Rowan. That is a really good, strong name. I used to have a thing for like names, and I would look up. I had like a reverse name dictionary, and Rowan is like, what I think it. I think it's like leader of wolves or something like that, but it's really cool. And Shamanego, welcome, and Ryumi, thank you for being here. Santi, welcome, old guy. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here today. I was just having fun with the scene. That's the scene that we built last week. And I'm going to continue that on. I think last week we were trying to make what's called a liminal space, and it's just like, actually, it's amazing how simple it is, but then like how effective it is at being creepy and scary and I think being a really cool experience. I've been doing some things with that little scene behind the scenes that I'm not going to give away all my surprises, but I think they'll be really fun when we see them. I think also for new users, it's somebody jumped in. I think for new users or like new builders, oh, it's the flag. Okay, for people who are just starting to build, building is really overwhelming. Even if you do have like coding experience or I don't know, like maybe modeling experience, like um, it's still overwhelming to come up with an effective idea and execute it on the land you're given. Maybe you don't have a lot of land. So the nice thing about a maze, if you're going to put these assets like in a maze or in a like the liminal space, like I'm doing, it's really attainable for new users. So everybody, remember, I'm going to show you where to get your OP badge. Your OP badge is down here in the Hex Club, and just click that. If you get a message that says you already claimed it, you already got it, so you're good. Um, I have to glide. I have to glide everywhere. Okay, so today, let me just get over to my little emote there and jump over to. I have to try to do the background stuff in a good way so that Sin doesn't yell at me. I gotta see. No, he's not gonna yell at me. I'm joking. But you can tell. I gotta wait for this stream to catch up just to make sure that it is working correctly. So thank you everybody for coming. I will get started in just a second. Um, as I'm going, it's kind of hard to see the questions in World, so let me know. I'll go through at the end and look at any questions that people might have. But otherwise, yeah, let me know. And we're not on YouTube today. There's some streaming issues, so we couldn't get there. All right, I see the stream has caught up, and that is essentially my green light to go ahead. Okay, so this usually every week I like to try to start start fresh. So we start a brand new project each week. But this one I think it's going to be kind of cool if we continue what we did last week. And so this, if you weren't here, this is the build we created last week in Blender. It is essentially a 9-piece parcel of land that we're on. And one thing that we can't do in like as I'm teaching the class, I try to keep it to 1 hour just so that people After an hour, your brain is kind of my tapped out. I mean, I'm just getting going, but sometimes it can be a little hard to keep taking in information. So, um, this is what it looks like. I'm happy with some of the things. There's some new things that we're going to go over today. Um, I put this pink object just so I could kind of keep my brain grounded in where the avatar would spawn in when I'm in Blender. It doesn't, I should have taken it out before I deployed it, but I left it here, and so now there's a pink blob, but it has no meaning here. Um, but there we go. We've got this awesome hallway. I think that this right here, like aesthetically, is beautiful. It has that like long, I don't know, like a long hallway, which I think in liminal spaces and kind of like mazes, I feel like it's creepy and unsettling. And I can't even tell you why. It's just, I don't know, for some reason it like makes humans feel like, that's odd. And then there's this hallway, which isn't as long, but this one, we showed how you could make a really cool texture on the wall, and these lights are not making that brightness. It was just a picture that didn't have a light on it that we used on the side. Now, one thing that I need to kind of fix, I don't like the way that this sheen, see how it looks, I don't know, almost bluish. And I thought that I took care of that with the specular. And so I am going to double check. I double checked this other one, and maybe this one doesn't have the specular. So let me, in Blender, take a look. So this is what it looks like in Blender. You can see a big difference. Like these little corners right here that look blue in world, they look nice and dark right here. So I'm going to click. I'm going to look over here at material and go down, and that's 0. So that is as low as it can go. So in my in my expertise, that is as much as I can do. Like normally, it would be like maybe not that much, but like it'd be like that. So this in Blender is more of what we're seeing in world. Generally, I'm always putting it down. What did I do? Oh, okay. Oh, here. What is it doing? Come on, be nice. Be good. There you go. Ever since Dr. Drip showed me that, I'm always putting it to 0 just because I like that way, way better. So I'll have to like figure out why it's looking like this in world. And I think there's probably ways to get around it, like to like if you're in the materials tab in Blender, there's so much that you can do. All right, let me jump back over. We're gonna go back to that build. There's some other things, other fancy stuff I put on it. Ooh, but we're going to do some building first. So, hi, there's more people here. Welcome. All right. So in Blender, a lot of this was 1 hour to put together this maze. And you can see, I think right at the end, all of this irregular building that we did right here. I just copied and pasted it over here, and then copied and pasted it over here. So if I could do this in an hour, you can build this really quick. Like after you get the basic, the textures to look good, like that's the hard part. That's the part that's, you're sitting there nitpicking like, ooh, is it, just right? But once you get that done, if you're going to just repeat that same shape, then it's just like cakewalk. That's the fun part. It's kind of like baking the cake sucks, but decorating it is like, woo, like let's see what we can do. For this one, I did have I wanted to have different textures. So like this hallway is kind of eroded and falling apart, whereas this hallway has a little bit more like color and rust. And then I thought this one was just really cool. So rather than keep the whole maze kind of the same, and your players are, it's just going to kind of it's going to be the same, and also just spatially when they step into a different area, they're gonna know they're in a different area. I'm a huge Disney fan, and especially the Disney parks. And one thing that sticks with me that I love going there because the aesthetic and like you really get into the environment. And one thing they do that I freaking love is when you step foot from one land, like if this is cyberpunk land and this is dystopian land, at Disney parks, the ground, so I'm trying to get a view of the ground will change what you're walking on very subtly, but it'll change. And it's such a perfect nonverbal communication that you're changing from one spot to the next. So I think if you're really going to do this as a maze, and you want people to kind of get a little bit of a understanding of where they are in the whole maze, I think you could have it, cut apart. Like this section, it's all going to be cyberpunk. This section, orange, dystopian. This section, like eroded. This section, a fancy hotel. Because like that would be so creepy to all of a sudden walk into a fancy hotel. Yeah, so that is where we got last week. And I'm just going to close this down for a second so I can jump into the Creator Hub. Because there's some things that I want to add to this that are tools from the Creator Hub that I think are going to be really fun and really naughty. People are going to be so mad. There are some surprises in the Creator Hub that I think like once I haven't even played around with them to see how much we can use them. But sorry. When I go from Blender to Creator Hub, there's this moment of overlap where my mouse is like it doesn't work. So okay, so the assets are already in here, and I have to probably add them again because I want to make it like nice and fresh. So I'm gonna delete that in this because I want to build something in Creator Hub, add it, and then go put the parameters around it in Blender. It'll make sense maybe in just a second. I got in here and played around with like adding doors. Ooh, sorry for that flicker. I hate that flicker. Added doors because I thought if this is a maze that you're trying to get through, it would be cool to have doors to hide behind. But also there's a sound effect with each of these doors. And so if somebody's looking for you and you're hiding in a room, you can't see them. Just imagine playing hide and seek as a kid. But that feeling when you hear it open and then the next door opens and then the next one and they're getting closer to you. So I feel like adding a sound effect that is tied to where the secret is so creepy and so scary. And like, I don't know, like usually like when I play hide and seek with my kids, I don't even make it to them. I just like they're freaking out before I even make it to them because like I'm opening doors and slamming them and making it scary. So I'm definitely going to put some of these in here. But what I want to show you is, which I think would be really fun in this scene, is a smart item that they just added, and it's the wind area. So if you are in the Creator Hub, and first off, if you're really new and you haven't done this before, the Decentraland Creator Hub is just the building tool that you have to download. Super, super simple. Once you get in there, it's just drag and drop. You don't have to do anything coding. It's nothing fancy. You have to do a little bit of like tomfoolery over here, but not too much. So the wind area, if I scroll over, it'll explain it. It applies a continuous upward force while a player is inside the area. Change direction by rotating the item. Created by Decentraland Foundation, and I think that was really recently added. So I'm going to put that, I should actually move my door. I'm going to put this right here, and I'm going to make it bigger. Don't know what I was doing there. I think I want it like really big. I'm going to move the door out of the way because yes, we're going to use that, but not until later. All right. Now, what I want to do with this, I'm not going to use it like wind. I'm going to use it like a spider lures victims into a trap. I sound really diabolical. Um, and I'm going to build the framework around it in Blender. Probably. Actually, I could do it right here. I could do it right here really easily. But maybe it would be easier in Blender. Actually, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I could do the outside here or in Blender. So maybe I'll do it here just to show that you can. What I basically want to do is build a box around this. So once you get in it, you're mine. Like your soul. I'm sorry, your soul belongs to me, and I'm not letting you go. Because if you get into this and you're in this scene, maybe I want to control like where your avatar goes, so that if you go too far, you know, you're gonna be trapped. So I could do this in Blender, and I really like Blender. It's not that I don't like this, it's just I to keep everything in one spot, I usually work with Blender. But because this is a asset that we're adding through the Creator Hub, if I go make this in Blender, it might not, you know, match perfectly. So I want to make sure that I get it just right. So, okay, so I got one wall, and I do not want my victims to get out. So I want to make sure that I'm getting that, like this yellow right here is the overlap. So that's good. I want it to overlap. And now this is the part where just duplicate it rather than try to do them all by hand. Duplicate anytime you can. It just saves you time. Now this guy, we got to go out here. And I'm going to show you what this does as soon as I'm done. Another floor, duplicate, put over here. Okay, I do need a way for my player to get into this, so I gotta make it like that, so that, see, that's like a 6-foot tall avatar. If I want to go see, this is like the best thing that Decentraland has added, the ability to move the spawn point, but visually so you can see it. So I can also see like, does this guy fit the height, you know, the height restrictions of the ride? Yes. So put him over there. So this will be enough for us to get into it. Let's see. Yep, and I see that yellow, so they're going to be completely enclosed. I need a roof, so I think I'm just going to add another little floor. Because what I want to make it is like, if you get into this wind tunnel, you can get out. But if you don't make it out in time, then you're completely trapped. And then the seeker will come along and find you, and you can't get out. Okay, let's see. I do not want, oh, you know what would be funny? Make it so that they can just linger at the top. Yeah. I think they can right now, but sometimes I scare myself. I'm like, why do you want them to suffer? And that's not good. It's not a good human trait. Okay, so that's really horrible. There's like a little breathing room on the top. Okay, but that's not water, it's wind. So let's grab this. Oh, I don't think that's grabbing it. Since my asset is, okay, let's see. There we go. In Blender, if you have like two pieces like that, one of these was kind of hiding the wind tunnel was hiding the wall. And so I just had to bring it out to where I could see it. In Blender, you can just keep clicking and you'll get onto it. But this one, I don't know, maybe there's a better way. I could have just grabbed it over here. All right, so now I'm going to duplicate this guy, put it back. But I just wanted this. So my thought is that if you can get into this wind tunnel as a player, and I'm chasing you, and I'm going to get you, and you don't want me to get you, and you want to get away, you could get into this wind tunnel, go up, boom, go over here, and like drop back down in a completely different part of the maze, which would be awesome. Like, get you out of danger really quickly. But only if you make it out in time. So I'm gonna make basically an escape route, and it's gonna take, I think, like 3 of these to do this right. So duplicate this guy. Because I want it to be hard. I want it to be like, you better make that exit. If you don't make the exit, you float to the top. I'm gonna call you a floater. Get you. I'm really good at hide and seek with my kids. It was really fun when they were little because my brain is much more developed than theirs, so I like could get some really good hiding places. And then they get scared and they're like, "Mom, come out." All right, so I have a little door. This I gotta make. I have to leave enough room on top for them to get out. Okay, so they can get in right here. Ooh, okay, gotta move all those, and they can get out right there. So now I need to move these. I feel like if there's a little gap, they're gonna be able to get out. Okay. Okay, like that. Now what I need is basically a tunnel. So I'll duplicate that. And make this. I think building sometimes, like the parts that take the longest are just deciding how to build. You're like, there's a bunch of ways I could do this. Which way is the best? And sometimes there's not a best. There's like 3 good ways to do it. You just gotta pick one. All right, so there's my little corridor. I think I would build this different if I was in Blender right now, but it's all good. I'm gonna make a square. It doesn't even have to be good. It just actually be kind of cool if it was like falling apart. Duplicate. And then we're gonna go test this. I wish I could test with people. I wish I could like, invite people to come. All right, but here we are. I think in order to do this, I have to close Decentraland. So, because you can't have 2 instances. So I will be right back to Decentraland after that closes. Because sometimes I'll do that. I'll forget that I've got like a preview already open. And since I'm not streaming on YouTube, I don't know if it's not gonna like stop, so, but it might just take a second. See, it wants me here, guys. It wants me here, and I want to be here. Never want to log off, and it doesn't want me to log off, so it's perfect. All right. And it's ready, so I'm going to hit preview. Preview is so nice to look at your scene before you go in. But just always remember, a lot of times what you see in preview isn't quite 100% what it looks like in world. And remember, test early, test often, especially if you're doing something complicated and new, because it might not work. Yeah. And this takes just a second. Once you get in, then it's actually so cool because all of the changes are real time, which I always forget because they've never been real time before. So it'll take a second to get in here. But yeah, it's so funny because I'll like completely close the preview down to open up another session, and I have to remember I don't have to do that anymore. Used to have to do that. Also, you can test OP badges by using the preview. So if you ever, you want to like collect some OP badges and you're like, I don't know where they are, I don't know, like people will collect them. You can see somebody's collected it and you can't find it. That's probably how. Don't worry about this performance setting. I get that all the time. I need a lot more memory in my computer. A lot more memory. Okay. For some reason, when I log in, it logs me in on low settings. So lately, I have had to do that every time. So, um, here we go. Oh, ignore me. I was being silly before and I did something. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm gonna. This is really dark, so you can't see what's happening. Maybe. Okay. That is awesome. Um, let's see if I can zoom out on that, guys. This is what I just did. So with 10 minutes, I did that to myself. Let's see if the camera, the camera can't go through walls. So let's see if the camera can see me in here. Oh no, the camera can't go through the wind zone. So I'm gonna reload and show you what I just did because I don't know, it's kind of funny. Um, oh no, sometimes reload doesn't work. Okay, so I don't know why, but this is so funny. So the wind tunnel is forcing, I gotta get where I can see myself. It is forcing me up, right? And I can't get down. If you if you are a child from the time of Willy Wonka, just imagine the fizzy lifting juice in the bubble room. It only takes you up. And what happens, actually what I should put in here is a giant propeller because that's what happens in the movie. They're having so much fun and they're just going up until they realize they're going up towards a propeller and they're going to get chopped up. So let's see what we can do to make this visible. I'm going to just click on the eye to that one so that so I can see it. Okay, there. That's better, and that actually also restarted me. So once you're in that wind tunnel, you can't go down. You have to go up. And so that's why this is so diabolical. Okay, I'm gonna go do another change. I'm gonna just take this roof also, not take it off because I think it's great there. Um, and when you re-preview, like I didn't have to reload or anything. Um, I can see that's my door. That's what I want to get through. But where am I gonna go at the top? Okay, there I am. Um, why do I still have a roof on me? Let's see. Maybe I'll just hide all of the things around it. And maybe that edit didn't change, didn't go through. Okay. Okay. That's probably good. So as soon as I make those changes, oh, in theory, yeah. Oh, did it work? How about I reload the scene? All right, I think I'm going to close the preview and just get in there again because I'm not sure. I don't, like I said, excuse me. Um, I usually just open new preview sessions. So I want to show you what this is doing, maybe without all of the stuff around the side. This would be really cool to use it like I did the gliding thing a few weeks ago. And you can change how fast the person is going up. I love the slow, like the slow rise that you're going up. You know that you're heading to something, and putting like a propeller on the top would be awesome. Okay. So this is what what it looks like from here, and I'll zoom out so I can kind of show you. So once your avatar gets in it, you're slowly going up. I don't know why it still has the walls on it. It should have, this should have been gone. All right, let's try that one more time. Maybe it's picking up. Maybe I'll just make a totally different one. How's that? Smart items, wind area. Let's put it here. I know the scene looks really weird because I got a bunch of stuff there. But it's all really cool stuff. Okay, let's see if that will work. And once you start your first preview, it goes faster, you know, when you're logging back in. But I have to do the settings every time. Okay, so that's, yeah, I don't know why that still has the floors around it, but this is what it looks like. So when I get in this, I cannot like go down. Maybe there's a way, I haven't found it yet. So just imagine what you could do with this. Could literally have like pipes, tubes you have to go through, stuff like that. And then when you get to the top, you're basically just gonna like sit there like you're in water. So this is a game changer for anything like the aerial parkour, stuff like that. But for mine, I wanted to weaponize getting out of it. So let's see if I can do that now that we kind of know what it's supposed to do. And just to make to increase my odds, I'm gonna go to this side of it because what I want to do is find that spot. Oh, can I make it out? Can I go? I want out. Let me out. Yes, I did it. Okay, some diabolical person put me in there, and I want to get out. Um, if you notice me walking, not running, that's another fun thing to add. All right, so my thought, and that's funny. Look at that. Look at those lights. I don't know what those are. My thought is that if you don't make it out, it's gonna be like, you know, the fly zappers that at the end of the night you have all these bugs collected. I think that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna collect all of my friends at the top. And then if you're the seeker, you could just come along and be like, boom, got you. So it's simple. It's not crazy because I can't code, so I'm not doing anything crazy, but it works. I think if you had little pathways like this to get around the scene, it would let somebody, you know, get around the scene, get in and into safety, and then get out of it. But I think if you just make it super easy, where they know they can just go in the wind tunnel and get out there, that's not fun enough. Like I want there to be some risk. Like yes, you're probably gonna make it out, but you better not miss that. And I am definitely going to put a fan up there that's going to chop us up if we don't make it out in time. So that's the wind tunnel. And now that I'm here and I'm stuck, let's see if I can get out of it. I don't think I can. No. Wait, I can. I have to find the exit. Where's the exit? Oh, where was it? I think I would have to use something. Can I make it? Can I make it? Go. Why am I stopped right there? I might be, oh, yep, there's like a little, probably something that I'm stuck on. No, I'm not gonna make it. Come on, no. Yes, okay. I made it. All right, so you'll notice that I'm walking really slow. And if somebody's chasing me, that's probably not what I want to do. But I'll explain that. I'll explain that in one moment. It's gonna take me a while. I'm gonna walk over there. It's gonna take me a while. So, okay, there's new admin tools on scenes. I'm gonna run as soon as I get to the orange. I'm getting out of here. This is a weird place. That person, I'm gonna glide. I'm gonna get away from her. She's crazy. Look at that weirdo. So, if you look at the scene, there's a smart object, this right here, and it's called restrict actions. And this is so funny. Um, so I don't know if anybody's played um, like games like UGC experiences in Fortnite where you're running around, you're shooting, but there's different events that can occur. Some of them are speed up, so like time is sped up, where you're literally like three times as fast. So your bullets are moving faster, you're moving faster. It's super hard and super confusing. But then there's also one where time is slowed down. So you're in like Matrix. So it's actually really fun because you're shooting and you can see where your bullet is going, but then you're also running away from the person, but you're in slow motion. And so with this, you can go down here and be a naughty, naughty person. You can disable a jump, you can disable run, you can disable jog, you can disable walk, and if you do that, the person can't move at all once they step onto your scene. You can disable emote, you can disable double jump, and you can disable gliding. So on this scene that I'm on, if I'm over here, I'm Gucci. But if I step onto the scene, I can't. I'm double jumping, can't do it. Um, can't, let's see, can't emote, help, send help. Um, so imagine hide and seek where you're chasing people like this. It'd be pretty funny. All right, but I also have a box right here. I wonder what that box does. I want to know what that box does because I think it probably does something cool. Goodness is going to look at it. Wonder what that box could do. So, let's see. Woo! Okay, that's cool. So even though I can't like run around my scene, this right here is another really cool addition, and that is impulse area. So it applies a one-time upwards impulse as soon as the player enters the area. Change direction by rotating the item. So you could make it like this big, like anywhere I step, I'm gonna just get blasted up into space. For me, this is like huge because when I did the glider event a few weeks ago, everybody kept going down. You have, like, there's only one way to go, and it's down. And it was really difficult. I wanted it to be challenging, but it turned out it's probably way more difficult for new users. And so having something like this, where I could go, way, way high, let's just double that. Whoa, there we go. This is awesome. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can finally make a trampoline park. I got yelled at once for making a trampoline park that didn't actually bounce people. So this is funny. I might have to bring that build back. I think I'm gonna puke though. It's already kind of making me like, whoa, let's get over here. There, okay. So those are like simple tools that we can add to our build. All in the Creator Hub, zero coding, and I think this one the red one, I probably won't use that for this liminal space build, but it's so cool. Maybe I would. So this is one of the doors that you can have from the Creator Hub, and I like that they do something, and they make sound. You can't hear it right here, but I think that that's really cool, having some way of getting around your scene. This one I couldn't get through earlier. There's something with that one that's like a collider. Also, if you're having any issues at all and you're wearing a smart wearable, take the smart wearable off because these did not work if I had a smart wearable on. Like I would just step in it and nothing would happen. So I don't know, just something good to keep in mind. All right, I am going to jump to, I think we're good in the preview for a little bit. I'm going to jump back into Decentraland. Hopefully everything is working. It's always weird when I'm not there. Um, but yeah, I'm really excited with how those new additions um, can take our scene and like completely make it more fun. There's more than that, but those are like the the few that I thought were worth looking at with this build. Oh, then no, it did. I am low memory on my computer. I'm at a point where I have an external hard drive. You can see I get this message. Actually, that's more memory than I've had. Like 2 weeks ago, I had like 400 megabytes, and it was like, I mean, they were, my computer was begging for its life. So I got an external hard drive. Kind of still doesn't help, but I gotta put more stuff over there. All right, I am jumping over to Cantina. Hopefully, hopefully I didn't abandon it. There we go. I can glide again. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you what it feels like to not be able to go fast. And hello, 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 everybody. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Oh, and I probably lost all the questions if anybody, asked questions in chat. Um, all right, so one thing that I think is cool also about this haul, and you can see I already added them, boop, 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 are spotlights. Because I have the glowing lights. I'm just gonna grab these guys and get rid of them momentarily. Oh, there. Okay. I like sound effects. Why isn't it working? Oh, it is. It is. Sometimes I think when you build too long, you're just like, I don't know, you're in the zone. I built so long yesterday. I was like, loving it. Okay, so there. Now I can get in here and show you. If you were here last week, you know what we did in Blender. This is just a little cube. It has emission. It doesn't actually light anything up. I mean, it's, it is shiny or like bright, but it doesn't cast a shadow. Its emission is not strong enough to do that. And again, when we did you can see I just put them all over there. When we did this hallway, just ignore the spotlights. This one, we just faked it. We just used like a panel, just an image, AI generated image of a brick wall with this light, but there's no light coming from these. So that's like, I like to say my poor man way of making it look like it's lit up. Because these are emissive, but nothing else does. And that's cool. That's fine. However, there is a way to kind of make that happen and look much cooler. So this scene is getting kind of crazy. That's the way it should be. There should be like so much craziness going on the outside, like above the scenes, kind of like the way I don't know, like a theater would be. Ooh, those flickering parts really bug me. That's from Blender. Okay, so if I go in, so the things I just removed, some of them are, take that one out there too. I should have cleaned it up before. I usually always do if I test something out. So what I want to do, I want to have my fake light, but I want to give it like real lighting. So in the Creator Hub, if I get up here, again, like everything you're going to need for the Creator Hub is like for all of what we're doing today are in this smart item. Smart item is just something that's like, well, smart, but like different, a little bit more interactive than all of the other ones. So something, in my mind, it's new. In my mind, it's new. They added, I don't know when they added it, but to me, it is new, is the spotlight. And I have to look for it because I don't remember where it is. There it is. Right here by lights, there's the spotlight. So it's a spotlight that can be used to animate a scene. So in my mind, if I have emission right here coming from the top that pretends to light the world up, but then I have a spotlight that I can add right next to it, that's going to look so cool because then it's actually going to look like my light is doing something, and it's gonna cast a wee shadow, just a little shadow. So I'm gonna rotate this. The first thing I'm gonna do is put it in and wonder why it doesn't work, and then I'm gonna be mad. So what I have to do in order to get it to work is I have to add a trigger. Let's see. Right there. It's kind of a big area, but that's okay. For this, I want to make sure that we can see it. And I want to get that right above my light so that it really looks like it's coming from that. Intensity, that's fine. Like, it's a yellow light, so this is really cool. You can change, you know, ooh, black light. Geez, what does a black light do? Orange. Probably want the yellow. Then over here, if I want to try to simulate the same thing with these red lights, I could change it. So I think the more that your theme aligns with that, the more realistic it's gonna look. So just getting right where I can see it. Oh, I was gonna delete that. Can't do that. Okay, so the spotlight needs a trigger. So you have to just add, I mean, it's basically like coding with real items. Like it's not adding any numbers or anything. It's just going to be a trigger area. So right here, still in smart items, click area, an invisible area that when clicked by a player can trigger actions in other smart items. So I just want to put that wee tiny box. I'm just calling stuff wee today. I don't know why. A wee box, and I'm going to make it it's my player has to walk through it in order to trigger it. So I don't want it to come through to the next room, because then if somebody's over here and they go through that, they're going to trigger the spotlight in the next room. So I want to make sure it doesn't, it doesn't go too far like that side. That's too far. There we go. So it's just right here. And I want it to be like, if you step on this, the light turns on. And so I probably want the trigger a touch before I get there. Now, this scene, you guys, it's all one scene. So right now I'm struggling to see it because I can't take this little wall off. If I were smart, if I were smarter, I would delete this. If it was like a single asset, I could just hide it. But right now, if I go over here and I say hide the maze, then everything is hidden. And I guess that'd be good. So just to kind of show you, I want the player to hit this before they hit the spotlight so that they can see it turning on. So maybe I'll just do it like that. And then I can turn my maze back on. Good enough. All right, get down here. Especially when you're working on big scenes, navigating your view, like what you can see, is tricky. I'm working on a really big scene right now, and I'm like, like you almost have to build it from the inside out, because otherwise you just can't see what you're doing. So, where is she? There she is. All right, so I got my trigger area, and I got my spotlight. Now I'm really not doing myself any favors because I got spotlights all over, and I don't want to grab those by accident. So right here, I've got the spotlight, trigger. The trigger is the one I think that I want. Yes. All right. And I need to know what I named this since I have spotlights all over my build. This one specifically is, well, I have 25 spotlights, guys. I guess I'm afraid of the dark. So spotlight 25. I got to remember that. Now I'm going to go to the trigger, and I'm going to say trigger on event. On click, nobody's going to click that because it's invisible. I want to say like player enters the area. So when a player enters this blue box, what happens? Assigned action. Entity. So look what I did. I got all these stinking spotlights. I have to choose number 25. Actually, it'd be cool. What if it turned all of them on in this hall? Maybe that'd be pretty fun. But for now, let's keep it simple. So spotlight 25. When you walk in there, spotlight 25 is going to turn on. Here you go. So, I could jump to, I could like leave Decentraland and go into the preview, but I think instead I'm so sneaky. I already have it deployed with similar things. So right here, you'll see this is what the spotlight looks like. So you get this cool shadow. I mean, right here, there's nothing. That's just like a random spotlight. But this is not the one we just did. It's this one I did earlier, but it's the same theory. So you can see right up there. I'm gonna try to go slow. So you can see, like, when I get close, I'm triggering it. Now I love how it does that slowly. It like slowly comes on. And when I did these triggers, they're like really messy. I didn't get it very fine tuned. So I think they're kind of triggering more than just one. And then these right here did not have like a trigger item. So you can kind of see a little reflection, but not much. There we go. Oh, almost. I think it's such a small area that as soon as I walk through it, it shuts off. Because it's really just like that little box, done box, no box. So what I should do is make the box this one. Gotta like immediately reteach your fingers how to, like, which program you're in. So I think in order to get around that, I would make the box like this. So then when you walk through it, that's going to stay on way, way longer, which is going to be nice. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so if anybody wants to see what that looks like, I think this one right here, I had the intensity way higher. And I can check in the Creator Hub. This is the one I'm standing in. Spotlight intensity is like 151,000 lumens. Well, I don't know if they're lumens, guys. Lumens are what we use in the real world. I'm saying they're lumens, or maybe I'll make a new word for it. Okay, the one I just put in is 16,000. So if I want this to be like, I mean, I don't know, like, I don't think those lights would be supplying that much brightness. And I know I'm a nerdo that I would want it to match. Like, these lights are pale, like, they're not gonna totally illuminate you. So if it's a really, really bright, harsh shadow, I don't think that's realistic. So this would be perfect for like an interrogation room. And you're all by yourself. Right? Like, oh my gosh. Okay, we can make that one next time. All right. Let's see. There we go. So now I'm in world. The scene I was previewing earlier, was in preview. In world, you can see, like, this is pretty cool. It works really well. Now this scene over here is a different one I deployed to test. This is the no jumping, no running. This is the librarian. I'm going to call this the librarian tool. No walking, no running, no jumping, no horseplay, no emotes, no gliding, no double jump. And it works, but then for a second, it works for a second, but then it stops. So I got to talk to maybe Foundation to see what is going on with that one. Because I broke the rules, librarian. There. Okay, so you can kind of see some of the stuff that you could put in a build like this, make it really fun. Just takes, I think, a few little effects like that to really, I don't know, make it way more than just like the mazes that we might be used to in Decentraland. Ha 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 ha. Okay, Isle says, and over here on the right we have the waterboarding table built in the Creator Hub. Totally. Yeah. Let's see. And just checking if there were any questions. And I left to show the preview. And so if there are questions, I'm afraid now I lost them. So if anybody does have questions, feel free to ask them again. I didn't think about that. Did I? I didn't just cower and cry. Did I? I don't think I did. Why am I sad? Let's see. Did I? Let's see if I hit it. I thought I hit a different emote. Oh, never mind. I did. Okay. Just joking, just joking. All right. So I think I'm going to work on this a little bit more. We're at an hour, so definitely want to respect everybody's time. If you are, hopefully you got a few things from this. I'm going to jump over to Blender though, because I might go a little longer. Yesterday or last week, it was an hour and it felt kind of short. So I don't know. This week, I'm like, maybe maybe it should do something more. And what I think would be cool, because I'm going to make this like hide and seek. I think, like I said, having a room where you can hear somebody coming down the hall, opening the doors looking for you is so creepy. Um, and then also, I don't know, like maybe a room full of syringes. I mean, who doesn't like a good hypodermic needle to keep you safe? So if I, um, I'm joking, but that's like sometimes I'm like so weird, Canessa. Um, Making spooky stuff is so funny because I think it lets you tap into like a different side of yourself that maybe the world shouldn't see. Like maybe you should just kind of keep those thoughts to your head. But for an escape room I made back in the fall, never published it, but made a really nice assortment of hypodermic needles. Oh, why are those two not matching? I'm gonna just X that out, duplicate this, and now let's just make, actually I don't need to duplicate that third wall, let's get rid of that. Let's make some place where someone could hide, and doors would be in the hallway, and so you can hear somebody coming. Let's see, let's make this one a little bit longer. So I'm going to extend this. Okay, so like that one is longer. Oh, but then that would make sense with the doors. Because I'm thinking if somebody looks in this room, I want them to like have to look around the corner. So kind of like that. And then the door would be right there. The thing about the Creator Hub doors is they are kind of like a funky shape. So I'll have to make a doorway that matches. If I use that like wooden door that has the arch. Actually, those assets are in the Creator Hub, so I could just use those. Problem solved. That's easy. Let's see. So now, if I just want to like work smarter, not harder, I'm just going to grab everything, duplicate it, put it over here, and then just do this. No, 80. 80, it was negative. It was negative 80. It was right there. I was right on it. Gosh, I'm good. Should it be a narrow hall or should it be wider? I think wider. A little bit wider. Like that. And then let's see. So maybe I'll just do, I'll like make it symmetrical. So that goes down there. That goes up there. All right. So if somebody, and I'm going to make them, I'm going to make the pink cylinder my person. So if if Joe is in this room, then I'm going to have doors on each one of these from the creator hub so I can get that sound effect. So I or the person has to walk down here and open and close each one. So I might like open that one, you're going to hear the creak, and then open this one and you're going to hear the creak, and then I'm going to open this one and you're going to hear it, this one, this one, this one, this one, boom, got you. So it's going to add to that insane like fear that somebody's coming for you. I think also if you're not this player, but let's say that your little Susie is over here, I think you're close enough. You're still going to hear those sound effects going down the hall. So like reality, we have our five senses. I think in Decentraland, we use our eyes like for everything because we can't touch it. If we had like haptic feedback on a VR suit, yes, then we could use touch. Scent is like the only thing we smell is our hot computer. So we're really down to sight and sound. Taste, I don't know, we won't even go there. But I think you've got to use what you can. So like sound and sight. How can we utilize those? Using things like maybe, I don't know, like there's a fan in the background. Footsteps would be crazy because you can in the Creator Hub just add I think there's footsteps. So in the Creator Hub, again, smart items, you can see if you want to go over here and maybe you want like there to be a sound when the player gets right here. So there's ambient music, ambient, dance club, dance club, dance club, lo-fi. These are great, like really cool medieval, sci-fi, adventure, upbeat, forest birds, meadow birds, city traffic, crickets, factory, market. Okay, I thought there were footsteps. I think I added them. I have a subscription to Envato Elements, which is copyright free, licensed music, picture, sound effects, 3D assets, everything under the sun, pretty much. And I love it for music. Like, I don't know if it's expensive or not, but it's like one of the things in my arsenal that I can't go without. Like, I love Envato Elements. So let's say I wanted footsteps right here. I could just drag that in and then just upload footsteps. Because on Envato Elements, I could go look. Like, I could go look and see what kind of footsteps do I want, like fast, if I want slow footsteps. So, and then, it just goes right in. It's like actually so easy. It's crazy. The first time I used it, I was like, it's going to be hard. And it's not. It's super easy. So then if you're hiding, when you get to this spot, because you can be like, how close do I want it? Let's see. Trigger events. So when player enters area, I believe it gives you like the amount of space, or maybe it's maybe you gotta have the trigger. I bet that's what it is. It's been a while since I've used this one. Old guy was helping me do one a while ago, so I think this is what it is. So if you're in this area, and this is an invisible box, nobody's gonna see that, and I could actually, this one I could make it go through the wall. So then if you enter here, you're gonna hear footsteps, and you're gonna be like, wait, what? Like, who is that? I think whispers are creepy too, but those are like more ways just to kind of tap into that audio, the sound part of it. Let's see. Yeah, so I think I will add doors to that hallway. I think it would be awesome also to have, I have an idea, but I'm not 100% sure how I would do it. But let's just say that I have this, and I don't know if anybody else grew up watching the movie Labyrinth, but Labyrinth is a classic, It was it was amazing. Probably too scary to watch as a kid, so like probably a little traumatized by things like that, but definitely not like the Neverending Story. All right, so I'm gonna make a little bit of a world like this, um, like that, and then a way out. And I'm going to probably should just make these all like a different color, but for now I'm just gonna leave them. I'm gonna join them all together. Because what if you're going along and then like you're at a dead end and Canessa is coming for you? I'm gonna get you. But what if at the last minute the wall behind you, look, the wall behind you, hold on, I gotta put the wall behind you. Oh wait, that's not gonna work. um okay. Wait, I gotta put it here. Hold on, hold that thought right here. Okay, join. Okay, this is you. This is me. I'm coming to get you. And wait, hold on. This isn't as entertaining. Oh gosh, what's happening? Okay, pretend you're stranded. Okay, like, this is not good storytelling. Okay, now you are stuck. You are mine, kiddo. And you can't get out. And all of a sudden, because this isn't going to quite work because it's going to take you out. All of a sudden, there's a wall, or there's a door, there's a doorway out. So here's what we could do, actually. Now that I did that, I realized what I had to do. There we go. So, if a person is right there, and they're trapped, let's get Susie back. You're trapped. Ah! But then all of a sudden, what happens if, see how quickly I can just animate it. Ah. Boom. Guys, that's how quick it is. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Oh, that's gonna be sharp. It's gonna kill you. Okay, let's do that. Open. Let's let it open for a moment. And then close. And now this. Stay there for a while. Okay, so Susie, you're freaking out. You hear the footsteps coming, and then all of a sudden, a door opens. What? And you can run in there if you're fast. And then the door closes, and then Canessa comes along, and she's like, huh, I could have sworn there was somebody down here. Hold on, we've got to act that out, you guys. This is good storytelling now. Okay. Susie's scared. Oh no, a door open. What? Just in time. It saved my life. I'm gonna go through there. Get away from this weirdo. And then the door closes. Canessa comes in. Wahaha, I got you now. And then Canessa's like, wait, what? Huh? Where'd she go? And then Susie is like, haha, loser. Okay, so I think that would be really cool. I was thinking I would turn the whole scene, but immediately I realized that's not going to work. Another thing you could do is have it circular, right? So that then it could rotate without messing with that wall. You know, like have these pieces. Actually, wouldn't that be funny if it's doing a super slow rotation? Let's see if I can do that. All right. So let's join those together. Make the origin in the center of it so that it rotates nicely. Hit I, and then let's do 5,000. Ha ha ha. And then we're just going to rotate this Oh no, not that. Hold on. I love animating, but I do the stupidest things sometimes. It's like, did you not do this 1,000 times already? Doop. There we go. All right, so just ignore. I think right here I've got a few extra keyframes. Now, I just want you guys to know, if you're watching this, you're going to have an advantage when I do host this event. And I might be giving away free exclusive emotes. Not emails, emotes. Okay, that is perfect. Look. Now Susie's like, haha, Vanessa's not gonna find me. I got the best hiding spot now. She's gonna hide like right there. But, because like, look, she's like, nobody can see me. Okay, but it's moving super slow. So the avatar has to move with it. And if I put a collider here, the wall will just push the avatar if she chooses not to comply. Let's do 8,000 frames. Let's slow it down. So that would be really disorientating to be in this and you think you're good because like really it's hard to see much movement. But then you'd imagine that moment where you're like, wait, something's off. What's happening? What's happening? And then you'd be like, it's moving, but super slowly. And I could probably slow it down even more. But that would be cool if just one section of the maze was doing stuff like that. And then the floor could also be moving so that then you really wouldn't have you in the dark desert highway in the dark you might not realize it's moving at all. Like if I had the floor and the roof attached to these, there would be almost no reference point. And if I did this and you're sitting here in your safe room, let's actually do it over here. I'm just giving you all the secrets. So when I finally do this event, you're going to be like, I remember Vanessa was going to do this. And now you know. Okay, so like if you're sitting in your little room and you're safe, but this is moving, then you might come out and it's in a totally different part of the entire scene. I think that's what I want to do. I want it like you walk in, you think you're here, but by the time you walk out, you're like, I have no idea where I am. And maybe it's a totally different scene with different, decorations that you've never seen before, and you like find a secret spot. This is a 9-piece build, and it's big enough and small enough. It's big enough to have fun and like explore and get crazy, but not too big. So that is gonna be fun. I'm gonna keep working on this. Probably in a few weeks we can test it out, and so yeah, if you've been here, if you've watched, you're definitely going to have an advantage, or a disadvantage because I don't know, you're gonna be like, I think she did this, and then you're gonna wait for your door to open, and it's not gonna open. One thing to remember though, like when you're messing with keyframes, like if I hit A, grab all my scene, and 8,000 keyframes is a lot. That's really slow. It's gonna take a long time. This is a different level of keyframes than this little door. So you would have to add this door separate because it's only 500 keyframes. So it's just going to be a real quick like boop, 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 boop animation compared to the other. I'm going to make this 512 there. So I'm going to do that. If I do this, it's going to break the big animation like the long one. It's not going to work, but this one will. So when you're doing animations and adding them to your scene, like you've got to decide which length of time do you want to let your scene kind of be like at least default for me for like a big scene I'm working on right now. I have my keyframes are 50 keyframes. So all of my animations are going to be real quick. Like if I want to make something loop, it has to go that fast. There's like things that are spinning, like a sign, a neon sign for a building. It's spinning, it spins way too fast. So I have to add that one later. So for this scene, I would probably leave, like realistically, my keyframes at this. That's it. And then I could do a bunch of these doors. I could just, put them all over. And then when I want to do like a big animation, I would just make that in a separate blend file. Because I think that that's the only way that you could do it and like have it actually work. One more thing, probably real quick, but like I use a lot of animated parts. I recycle, I use them a lot because I've got the same propeller. It's a propeller. It's spinning around. I use the same one all over my scene. I probably have like 40 of them. And I don't want to sit there and like I don't know. It's just tedious to do it all over. But yeah, there's some parts that are tedious you have to do. So duplicate, shift duplicate to move this door, and I'm going to move it over here. But if I don't do anything else, as soon as I hit play, it's going to pop over there because it still has the same coordinates. Like it's like, hey, you told me I'm a door over here. So what I have to do, bring it over here, and then don't touch anything. Down here, hit A, and X, delete the keyframes, and now I can just do the same thing. I do like I, where I want to start, and then I at the moment that I'm going to make it open, and then open, I, pause, I just leave it there so that it's open for a while, and then close, and then pretty much that's gonna be closed for the rest of the time. Okay, so now it's gonna stay there. And when it gets to its keyframe, it's going to open, and it can be on a different schedule than that door, especially if you have, I hate it when you can tell things were copy pasta and you're like, oh, it's just on the same, like it all has the same start time, because all of the frames on this entire scene are going to start at keyframe 0. So let's say that I had like the door open at keyframe 0 right here, and then this guy open on keyframe 0. And I ranted about this with the snowflakes, so I know I've said it before, but you're going to be able to see like when the animation starts, and you can actually see over here too at the same time. I'm just going to speed it up right there. So if you do that on your scene and you've got a bunch of actions like starting all at once, everybody's going to know when your keyframe starts. And I mean, who cares if they do? I know that's not a big deal, but I think it makes everything look there. Makes it look less realistic. In reality, you would have different things starting at different times. So that's my TED talk on those. I'm like I'm trying so hard to get things to be moving at different, let's save that, at different times so that I don't have that. Let's see. Yeah, so like here's the propellers, and I think a lot of them are joined into one, but you can see each one of these bad boys, like it's only 50 frames, so it's like quick, like I'll count seconds, 1, 2, 3, so it's like 3 seconds of animation. If it's small, it can only spin that much, which is fine. That makes sense. But bigger things, I'm trying to think. I think I had a sign. No, I took it out. I took it out because I had a sign over here that I had animated. And I took it out because it was too fast. Because I can't, it doesn't doesn't look good, and I'll show you. Again, this is how easy it is to animate stuff. It's not hard. Whoop. There. And that one, if I'm down here and I hit A, T, linear, then it's going to look more, it's not going to have that like stop in it. And that's too fast. I think, honestly, if that was on the top of a building, the nuts and bolts would fall off. It wouldn't be very good. So I took the other sign I had like this, took it out, slowed it way down so it doesn't do this. And I'm going to do that with this one. I just, like, it's tedious when you have to take all these different little pieces out of your build, animate them, put them back in on their own. So let's see. I will see if I can find noodle sign. Let's not save that. All right, there it is. Noodles. That is more realistic of a sign. So just keep in mind, that's 400 keyframes. That one we just looked at was 50. So you might have to add different things into your scene on different keyframes, just so that they look realistic. Okay. Yay! All right. Well, I will probably finish up there. I'm sorry it didn't work out on YouTube today, but if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Thank you so much for being here. And can't wait to see what you build. I know 80, you did some cool stuff. Thank you so much for posting it. I love seeing what people build. And if you have questions, you guys, please let me know. If anything is like, like doesn't make sense, just bug me. I'm always here. But thank you so much for tuning in. And we will see you next time. Oh, what do we got down there? Yeah. All right. Well, it doesn't look like anybody has questions. So thank you. Keep building, guys. We're doing so much cool stuff. All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye.